So I have a little list of priorities. Step 0 is finding safety and finding comfort and finding neutrality with this whole process. A lot of times when people start down the path of looking at priorities, looking at their numbers, they get really triggered, they get freaked out, they get overwhelmed. Very, very, very first thing you need to do is a safe place for yourself. Remind yourself that you are okay. You are not being chased by a lion. You're not falling out of the sky. And you can do this with some simple breath work. You can do a little bit of tapping. You can shake your body. You can have a glass of wine, you can talk to a friend, but your nervous system to a neutral place. The first tangible one is just living within your means, able to live every month, pay your bills, saving and investing about 20 to 30%, and then doing other things that you love and not going into debt or having to borrow money. If you are not able to do this, it's time to look at all of your expenses and start moving things around, or you need to negotiate a raise or get a side hustle. Number 2 is saving 3 to 6 months of essential costs. And this is for an emergency that might come up. And I like to call this future sexy you, because we are all so much sexier when we have our own back, when we're relaxed, and something comes up and we can just take care of it and we don't have to freak out, go into debt, ask someone for help. You want that in an account that is growing for you. High yield savings account, a money market account, something like that. Next, you want to be paying off all of your high interest debt. And high interest debt is going to be anything that's over 7%. So you're going to make a list of all of your debt and you're going to include what the interest rate is for each of those debts in descending order. And then you start at the top, which one has the highest interest rate. If you're not able to pay it off every month, then that is the one that you are going to focus on. And then you're going to tick down the list. At some point, you will pay everything off, which will be so amazing. Instead of just being done, you are transferring that money that you were using to pay off your debt into accounts that are growing for you. Note on debts below 7%, if you have a student loan that's 3 or 5%, you can keep making the minimum payments on that while you go into the next stage of the priority list. I don't need you to pay off every single debt before you do anything else, but you do need to pay off the high interest debt because it's costing you a lot of money every month. The next thing is to maximize your contributions in your retirement accounts. Some retirement options have a maximum that you can contribute every year. That is a great goal to hit to get to your retirement goal. We will talk about what that number is at a different time. Set aside sinking funds to grow for you. And sinking funds are anything that are sort of life bonus, things that make your life worth living, that might come up throughout the year, that might come up as like a surprise or just something that you have a hard time planning for. Vacation, buying gifts for holidays or just buying gifts in general, home decor, landscaping, but you want to be saving that money. And again, it's always growing for you. So make sure it's in an account that is at least earning 4.5%. Then you want to move on to general brokerage accounts. You want to be investing in the stock market, even if it's like $8 a month. Time is the secret sauce. Stock market, start now. It is a beautiful thing. And then there are additional things at this point where you're looking into your future life insurance, your long-term care insurance, your legacy giving, accounts for your kids that are retirement accounts or education accounts. So if you're hitting most of these marks, then you're doing great. The most Americans are still at the beginning of this list. They don't have an emergency savings account. They're maybe not living within their means and they are struggling with debt. So if you find yourself in those first 3 categories, you are not alone. And there are lots of great ways that you can make a plan to check those off the list.